I'm stupid.
Introducing first, soon to be making his way toward the ring from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Spotlight, Scotty. Yeah!
And here we have the manipulator, the turncoat, the defector, and the traitor. Scotty Gash was upset over lack of respect in PWX. Doesn't hang out in the locker room, comes in through the front door, not part of the locker room anymore. He'd be kicked out if he tried to. It all started when Gash felt he was disrespected when the fans had a chance to vote in anybody as Scotty Gash's opponent. They picked a literal broom. Gash remained in second place. It was Sid Cupid. Scotty Gash felt insulted and decided to take his services elsewhere, which has spawned this desire to move 10 minutes up the road and take the belt and apparently another member of the roster with him.
Well, you know, it's one thing to be insulted, then it's another to be so vindictive that you would try to tear a company to its very foundation and take every bit of harmony and the spirit of competition and throw it out the window and be a game player and a manipulator. But that's what we have here with Scotty Gash, who in 2 weeks' time, Joe, could very well leave this company with its most valued prize.
I should mention that Gash and the Broom are 1-1 against each other. I'm not kidding.
Well, I'm sure that's a moment that Scotty Gash would like to forget.
Exactly. But could his crowning achievement be in 2 weeks? His opponent tonight, hand-selected by the longest reigning champion of all time, former title holder Chris Taylor.
His opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 108 pounds, he is the NWA East three-rivers champion, Bobby Shields.
Bobby Shields at one time no more than a flunky to Dash Bennett, but when he earned a #1 contender shot at Dash Bennett's championship, rather than lay down, he took the fight to him and ended up winning that championship. Bobby Shields is now his own man, and he's destined for big things. What a win it would be for Bobby Shields, the Three Rivers champion, if he could knock off one of the top contenders for the heavyweight title here tonight.
And again, with so much of Gash's focus on 2 weeks from tonight, does that give a young Shields an opportunity to sneak in and perhaps steal a win against a more experienced veteran? But this truly would be a great feather in Shields' cap if he can score a win over Scotty Gash here tonight.
Scotty Gash for many months has been obsessed with becoming the man in Pittsburgh wrestling. And arguably, you got to believe that guy is Sterling James Keenan right now, if not because of his worldly travels, then certainly because of his championship. Gash has an opportunity to reach that plateau in a couple weeks, but then take that belt right to the other side of the fence.
Well, we'll see how this match plays out. What's Gash's strategy going to be? You know, Shields has got a lot of butterflies churning inside of him.
Crowd on the case of Scotty Gash. We've seen Bobby Shields really come into his own just over these past 2 or 3 months. This no doubt the biggest test of his PWX career. Collar elbow tie up Gash. Carrying more body weight, muscle Shields back to the corner.
And it's a slap in the face to the whole company that Gash is throwing right now.
And Bobby Shields quick to return the favor. And you gotta wonder what the locker room thinks watching this matchup. Mantis, James Ross, we saw them torn apart at the seams thanks to Gash. And everybody back there knows that Gash is attempting to deliver possibly a death blow to this company by taking away that championship. That's disrespect to, as you mentioned, every single person back there.
Right, that's disrespectful to you, to the fans, to the production people, to the ring crew, to the referees. you know, it's not uncommon to see Gash as such an outsider. But again, to play such a pivotal role in this company's future and to have an opportunity to take that heavyweight title in 2 weeks' time, 10 minutes up the road, it's unprecedented. You know, you think about what Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels went through in Montreal in 1997, and I was there, Joe. I saw it all. None of us knew what was going on. But at the end of the night, Vince McMahon swore he was not going to let Bret Hart leave with that title and take it to WCW. Did everything he could in his power to stop him, including the biggest screw job in wrestling history.
Right. I'll tell you what, think about when Ric Flair left as WCW World Champion. It took the company years to recover. Think about when Medusa took the WWF Women's title, completely killed the entire division. Those are the stakes at hand here. This is a blow that could take years to recover from, if ever.
And again, when you're talking about a company, you know, like NWA East, you have, you know, again, a passionate, rabid fan base. But, you know, this is a proving ground. It's a training ground. This is where young guys learn and they become stars and hopefully make it one day to the big time. Some guys come out here, wow! And they, you know, they enjoy wrestling for the fun and for the competition. You know, a blow like this with Gash leaving with the heavyweight title, I think would be permanently debilitating for this promotion. Oh, man.
That fall may have been permanently debilitating. Bobby Shields hits with a hard splat to the outside.
Heard a lot of great things about Shields before I came here tonight. And Gash is going to make sure to try to ruin all of them before this match is done.
Bobby Shields hitting a career surgeon, not only in PWX, but elsewhere as well. Recently debuted for the Ring of Honor promotion. They're making a lot of waves on pay-per-view. Bobby Shields making a lot of waves throughout up and down the East Coast as well.
And you don't think that fact is lost on Gash either? I mean, he knows what's going on. He knows this kid has a bright future. Not only does he want to thumb his nose to this company, but he wants to also tear down one of its bright, shining future stars.
And that's an opportunity afforded to him at the hands of his opponent in 2 weeks, Chris Taylor. Handpicked Bobby Shields for this matchup. He knows what Bobby Shields brings to the table. And again, you got to soften up your opposition. You got to weaken them as much as possible, heading into what is arguably the biggest heavyweight championship matchup in this company's history.
And I'll tell you what, when Shields came out here tonight, what an ovation. Oh, brother, spine first to the steel. You know, and the crowd is completely deflated right now.
Oh, look out. Face first into the merchandise table. I don't think Gash is not a count-out victory here.
No, he doesn't care about anything but himself right now. It's one of the most selfish acts. You know, Bret Hart was, I thought, completely selfish in what he was demanding in Montreal, and it's the same thing here with Gash. If you want to leave, just leave.
Shields, sunset flip, shoulders are down, but only two.
You know, but for Gash to have the opportunity, as he follows with a clothesline, to continue to try to ruin the company, you know, it's sickening.
Well, as much as you want to talk about Bret Hart and criticize him, Bret Hart's business is Bret Hart. Gash has made his business everybody's business, whether they want to be involved or not.
Right. And you know, Bret's anger was not at the company, it was at its leader. We understand that now.
Well, we got to cover 2 and no.
And again, Bret felt like his legacy deserved that opportunity, but it was not in what Vince McMahon wanted to do. Now Gash here is taking the other side. He said, I'm not only leaving, I'm going to destroy the company before I go.
That's what Gash wants his legacy to be, no doubt. But Shields gets the foot up. And again, the second awkward fall of this matchup, right in the back of the head. Gash is countering Shields' high-risk maneuver very well.
No cover here, just going for the blatant choke.
Well, again, it's all about humiliation. Gash could care less about a competitive contest. If he can humble and humiliate one of the company's future top stars on his way out, he's going to take great pride in it.
Well, one thing that Gash has done right here, not only is he taking the crowd out of this match, he stopped all of Shields' momentum, and now he's putting a young competitor in really uncharted territory. How does he fight out from under when Shields is best fighting from the top? Shields a high flyer. But if he has to fight out from underneath, that means 2, 3, 4 moves to be able to get to that top and fly again.
And you hear that crowd coming alive. That second burst of adrenaline coursing through Bobby Shields. But a double handful of hair takedown by Gash.
You know, you look at Gash, and I see a lot of Arn Anderson in him. Really takes his time. Really tries to dissect physically an opponent. Here's a guy who doesn't need all this political garbage that he has centered himself in. But for whatever reason, that's what Gash wants, and now he's got it. Ooh, a mistake!
Shields gets the foot up. Another chance to rally back. Nicely done with the neck breaker. Does he have enough to capitalize?
The neck breaker counter, and that window of opportunity, Joe, just cracked open ever so slightly here.
Bobby Shields has to get his bearings about him. Not sure he knows where he is right now. He's rolling the wrong way.
Distance can be his best friend, though. Gash's game is right on top. Smother his opponent. Shields needs the distance to fly.
Look out, duck in the clothesline. And Shields comes back with a forearm. Discus forearm. Almost a little bit of Masato Tanaka-like action there. Takes Scotty Gash down. Look out. Low drop kick. And Bobby Shields. Well, something you're very familiar with, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, we've seen the super kick, the sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels a zillion times in my life. Wow.
Runs through with a boot scrape right to the side of the face of Scotty Gash. Look out.
Brainbuster.
Nicely done. Could this be all?
Goal!
Almost half a second away from the biggest win of his singles career.
This crowd collectively gasped when they thought Gash's shoulders were down for 3, and you saw a 2 and a whole bunch. Gash was able to sneak that shoulder up.
Bobby Shields pressing the advantage. Picked his man up. Big mistake there, and Gash is right there to capitalize.
Look at this now.
That's a variation of Fisherman suplex. Shields countered, found the super kick.
Trying a German suplex here. Bridge!
Bridge!
Oh!
Count of 3.
That was 3!
Have you ever seen a better bridge? But the referee says 2 and change.
I thought that was 3. I was even trying to ask the ref for confirmation. That was so close. Now the crowd chanting Bobby.
They're feeling it. So is Bobby Shields. Fireman's carry. No, Gash countered. Oh, drives him down. Scotty Gash. No another near fall.
Wow. I thought that was it for Bobby Shields. But this matchup, what a great one. It continues here tonight in McKeesport, 2 weeks away from the anniversary show, where Gash can tear this company to its very core if he can steal away the heavyweight title in a triple threat match against Keenan and Chris Taylor.
I've never seen the crowd this electric for Bobby Shields.
What a spear.
A hell of a spear, but Shields again escapes.
Wow. And this matchup now, you can feel it, Joe. It's getting down to its waning moments. A war of attrition inside the squared circle.
Bobby Shields turning into a breakout star right before our very eyes here tonight.
But he has to seal the deal. He's got the more experienced Gash on the ropes.
Look out. Shields has it set up. Gash counters. Oh, right to the kidneys. Spotlight drop coming up. No Shields counters. He knows what's coming. Ducked by Gash. Shields lands on his feet, back and forth. Shields drops it face first. Shields gonna go high risk. K-Brada time? No. Nobody home. And Gash. Can he capitalize? No, Shields. Crucifix attempt. Gash counters. Go to sleep, Bobby Shields. Are the lights out?
Oh! Wait a minute.
Gash pulled him up.
Gash pulls Shields' shoulder up. What the hell is he doing, Joe?
Bobby Shields was lifeless. Shields was lifeless. This match would have been over.
Gash just said he's going to make an example out of him. Haven't you already done enough for this company?
It's down to humiliation. It's down to sending a message that this company is about to lose its top star. And give all the credit in the world to Bobby Shields for fighting as long and hard as he has. But the tank's on E right now.
Yeah, it certainly is. That needle is right down in its bottom. Oh, wait a minute.
Drop counter. Wait a second. Roll up with a bridge. Bobby Shields wins. Bobby Shields wins. He got it. Well,